Today we're doing a fender chop. We're going from this to this. Stick around. What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Clint, and today I'm going to be doing a very popular mod with the JLs. It's called fender chop. Now, the reason this is such a popular mod on the Rubicon models, you see this lip right here, you see this seam? You're basically getting rid of this and your inner fender, and you're going to gain about 3 inches of clearance. Since I went to the 37s, I've been rubbing quite a bit on my inner fender. So actually right down in here. So I'm going to do this fender chop and hopefully get rid of all that rubbing. I've already done the passenger side, the front and the rear. There's really nothing to the rear other than separating the stuff. It's a little bit harder than the front. So in order to do this mod, you're going to need something like this. It's a bracket and a light, and it's going to replace the entire light assembly on your fender. Again, this is only going to work for Rubicons. The Sports and the Saharas, the fenders are different. They may come out with something in the future. I really don't know. Right now, there are only 3 companies I'm aware of that are making, no, I'll take that back, there's 4. So you got American Adventure Labs and Quake LED. Artec just came out with a bracket kit, and I believe Motobuilt has a bracket kit now as well. So the reason you have to have that is these fenders, without that bracket, they're just going to flop around. These fenders on these JL Rubicons aren't really attached very well at all. Just a bunch of damn plastic plugs and snap-in plugs and that one bracket in the front. So you really got to have that or you're going to lose that fender. So the American Adventure Labs light, they make 2 kinds. One similar to the one that I have by Quake LED, and they also have it's a thin line, and Quake LED makes one like that as well. Now, early on, I actually heard and read online that Quake LED kind of copied American Adventure Labs. I don't know. I'm not in the know. I'm not getting involved in all that. And why did I go with the Quake LED over the American Adventure Labs? Well, I really like the thin ones, and I can't recall the model name, but you guys, I'm sure you've seen them. They're pretty cool looking, but everybody has them. And you guys know me, I want to be a little bit different than everybody else. I only know one other person that has a fender chop kit like the one I'm fixing to put on. So I want to be a little bit different than everybody else. Hopefully it's going to be a cool look and an easy install. Let's get this started. So you don't have to take the tire and wheel off to do this. I'm doing it mainly so that you guys can see better. But taking the tire and wheel off will make it a lot easier. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take out 2 10mm bolts and 1 8mm bolt. You're going to find those bolts up in the top of your inner liner. One right here. And one right here, and then the 8mm is right on the front, right there. Now we're going to drill out all these little plastic rivets all the way around the fender. Now, using a trim removal tool that looks something like this, we're going to remove the 7 plastic tabs. One right there. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Now the inner fender can come out. Just like that. Right here is your wiring harness for your lights. Pull this red tab out. Mash the thing down, pull it out. Now we got 2 more 10mm bolts. Looking at the front of the fender, they're going to be right here and then right up in here. Y'all see these white tabs? They go all the way around. There. Some of them are covered in mud. You can't see them that well. That's the only thing left holding this fender on here. So the cool thing about the front is, if you look back here, see right there, you can see the back side of it. Right there, right there, right there. If you take a pair of needle nose pliers and just squeeze those, you can pop it out. You can just yank the fender, but these clips can break, and it's not that big of a deal. You can get them in any auto parts store, but I would just prefer not to have to make a run up to the parts store. So I'm going to use a pair of needle nose pliers and squeeze these and pull them off. One more right back there. Oh, I'm gonna drop the camera and the fender. Ninja skills. Now we got this Phillips head right here. We gotta take this out, and it's not really a screw. It's a one of those plastic type retainers. Sometimes you gotta get up underneath it. Give it a little pressure. And you pop it out. See, it's not really a screw. Look at that. Murder hornet. Bam. Get somewhere. That's a bad sumbitch. Alright, now you can flip this up. There's 4 T25 Torx head screws. One here, one here, one here, and one here. You gotta take those dudes out. Now, when I did the other side, I actually took these screws here out there. I think they're a T35. That's what connects the actual light housing to this bracket. I wouldn't do that. I didn't have any issue with it, but so this light, the housing is actually 3M taped to the top of the inner fender. So you got to put some pressure on it to get it pulled loose. And I feel like with this bracket, with it still attached to the bracket, you can get that force you need on it without having to worry about breaking it. Loose just like that. Now you can take your trim tool, because this wiring harness is snapped into place here, so just take your trim tool and pop those out like so. Your light is removed. Now at the bottom of the fender, you got to take this dude off, so you can see it's actually attached with those plastic rivets too. One right there, and one right there. I drilled that one out. This one was on the inside. I couldn't get to it. So, yeah, that was pulled loose. And actually, it would be, you can take dikes back in here and just snip the end off. But just to show you, I'm going to drill this one out too. Well, I was going to. Take the dikes and snip that dude off. There. Junk pile. Also, this little white tab right here, it's got to come out. And all you do, push down on the top, pop it out. Now to separate this inner part, all you do is find a spot and start working it loose. Just like that. Then this is what you're left with. Now, all these little tabs, you got to trim them off. And you can just use a box cutter. They come off very easily. Just make sure you do it nice and clean so you've got a clean look, because this is the outside of your fender. Just like that. Now it's all smooth. Now, after you've cleaned this area up real good, you can put your fender back on. Just line these tabs up with the holes and pop them back in. So your new light and bracket are going to mount right here and right here. So take your bracket, set it up in there, and using the provided hardware, loosely attach. Now, using a 13mm socket and box end wrench, snug it up. Alright, once you've snugged it up, pull your fender up. See this tab right here? You got to drill in from the inside to the out, because there's a bolt that goes in there. Okay, the instructions say to mark that spot and then take all this shit apart, drill a pilot hole, and then drill a 1/4 inch hole. I found doing the other side that you don't need to do all that, because there's enough room to get your drill up in here and drill it straight through. Just like that. Now, using the provided hardware, attach to this tab. Send you an Allen wrench for this. The nut is a 10mm. Now you can go back and tighten these two nuts up. Now the only thing left to do is to unzip this wire tie and plug it into the OE connector. Just like that. Run your wire up here. Now y'all, I don't know what this is. It's probably for the LED, but it's got 3M tape on the back. And I stuck the other side right up there, just like that. The excess wire I pulled forward. Doubled it up, zip tied it, and tucked it up in the frame, or in the bracket. And there you go. That's how easy it is to do this fender chop mod on your JL or JT Rubicon. Just go slow, take a couple hours of your time, and you can gain about 3 inches of clearance and have some pretty cool DRLs and turn signals up there too. Now the only problem with that is I got to do something about inner fenders. One thing leads to another. Hope you guys liked the video. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, and share. Till the next time, keep the shiny side up. Jeep on.